Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. Right, so today what I'm going to do is we're going to continue the theme of movies from different countries. So it's been a few weeks now since I did Italy and Philippines. So as you can see behind me, we got a new flag up and it is the Norway flag. So I picked 3 films from this country and I'm going to share my thoughts and views on the 3 films. Before I do that, basically, how did I get to pick Norway? So basically, it was from my last vid on countries. I had AJ over at AJ's Movie Place and Matt versus Movies. They both messaged me and said, have you seen movies from Norway? Obviously, I've said no, and they just gave me a heads up on a few. I've looked into them, and then bam, here we are. I've managed to pick 3, watched all 3 of them. So yeah, happy to share my thoughts with you. Okay. Alright, so let's start off with the first film, and the first one is called The Wave. So this came out in 2015 and it was actually the highest grossing film at the Norwegian box office. So obviously it's done very well. It's done. So this it's basically about a family of 4. So you've got the Christian, and then you've got his wife Eden, and they've got 2 kids, son Sondre, I think I pronounced that right, and Julia is the youngest, and that's their daughter basically. So they live in this town called Girinja, I believe, and Christian, he's a geologist, so he works on movements of mountains basically. He works, but it's his last day at the job because they're moving to somewhere else. His wife, Eden, she works in the town hotel. She works. So basically they're packing up, they're leaving. He's saying his goodbyes to everyone. And as they do that, they get some strange readings on their screens on basically the movements of the mountains. And they told Christian not to worry about it, it's your last day, you know, you go do your thing, you don't work here anymore, blah blah. So he kind of goes, but he's worried about those movements. So he basically comes back, and him and his boss go and investigate these movements, or they go investigate the sort of mountains basically, where they see these movements happening. And then they find out these cables are all broken, which then they realise that this is quite serious what's going on. So they basically fear that one of the rocks is going to come down into the sea, and then obviously it's going to cause an avalanche. And then basically, not ruin it for anyone, but that's pretty much what happens. And then you get these 80 to 85 foot waves, and then that's where it starts really, because then it's the matter of surviving with the kids and the wife, because the wife's at the hotel. He's obviously there when it all happens, and then yeah, it's just a matter of, you know, trying to get to safety as quick as possible, because they've got, I think it works out that they've pretty much got 10 minutes till the wave hits that town. I think it's 10 minutes. I'm sure it's 10 minutes. I'm pretty sure it's 10 minutes, but they haven't got long. And then they've got to basically work out how to get to safety and how to get to the other members of the family quick enough to get to safety. So that's basically the plot of this film. So I enjoyed this film. Good film. It was a good film. You know, one of the best disaster movies in years, as it says on here. And you know what? It was good. It's all in Norwegian, the language, but you've got the subtitles on here, and it basically tells you everything you need to know about the film. But yeah, I enjoyed this. I enjoyed this quite a bit. So yeah, I would definitely watch this one again. So let me know if you've seen The Wave and what you think of it. So yeah, that was the first film, The Wave. Right, so the second film is The Quake. So basically this, from the makers of the wave comes the quake. Some disasters are destined to strike again. So we continue. So this was made in 2018, so it's 3 years after the wave, and the events in the film is the same, so it's 3 years later. So how do we start? So basically we start this film showing the family. It's the same family, so we've still got Christian, we've got Iden, and then you've got the two kids, Sondre and Julia. But in this, they've split up. So Christian is now living he's in Gerenja, so he's living alone in the house, and his wife and the two kids now live in Oslo. So the three of them, they've separated and they've lived in separate lives now. So he's still traumatized from what happened in the first film. So you can see he's not 100% with it at the start. He's looking scruffy, got a beard. So he's not like the same person in the first film. So what happens in this one? So this one is, so his boss is basically investigating. He thinks a quake is going to happen in Oslo, so he's investigating it. And then what happens is something happens at a tunnel, and I guess it's a spoiler. Is it a spoiler? Not a spoiler. Do you know? I'm not going to say what happens. Something happens in that tunnel, and Christian then basically looks into it and finds out his boss was looking into, theories about a quake happening in Oslo. So he carries on the research as well, finding out what's going on, and then he comes up with the same theories that a quake is going to happen. No one believes him. He goes back to his wife and tries to warn them, but they don't really believe that something can happen twice. How unlucky can you be for it to happen again? Anyways, as we know, as the name of the film, the quake happens, and then basically that's where we go. And then again, we're going about survival again. So it's about Christian trying to save his family. And this one, what will I say about this film? It's not as good as The Wave, but it does get good. This one does get good. For me personally, when the quake happens is when the film gets good. Prior to that, yes, they're telling the story about him and how him and his family have now split up, how his daughter don't really get on with him as well. So the storyline kind of like, does it drag? It takes time to get through that part. And then we've got the bit where his boss looking into things, and then him looking into it, and then eventually we get to the point where the quake happens, and then that's where it all kicks off. It's good effects, it looks good, and yeah, for me, that's when the film got good. I didn't mind the start. It was okay. It was a bit I feel it was a bit, it's an hour and just short of an hour and 50, about an hour and 40. Same as The Wave. I think The Wave was about an hour and 40 as well, but The Wave didn't feel that long. I think because it starts off, it took its time to get there. I know you've got to build a story and get to the point, and it was okay. It just got good for me when action started to happen, basically. so that's when I sort of stood up. I was like, yeah, now we're talking. So yeah, similar kind of thing, survival, family, and trying to work out a way to get past this. So yeah, so the quake, like I said, not as good as The Wave, but still enjoyable. But yeah, let me know what you think. If you've seen it, let me know what you think of the quake. So that is the second film. Okay, so the third and last film is The Burning Sea. So as it says on there, first came the wave, then came the quake. Prepare for The Burning Sea. So this is the third one. So different cast in this one, so nothing to do with the first two. The first two films where the family was in the first two. Totally different cast in this one, but this basically evolves around girlfriend and boyfriend. So we've got Julia, who's the lead in here, and her boyfriend Stian. Is it Stian? S-T-I-A-N. Stian. Yeah, Stian. I forgot. So she's a submarine operator. So what happens in this? I'll break this one quite down. I'll break it right down. So this one is all about the oil rigs. So one of them basically collapses, and they go in and investigate to find out what happened, and basically they find a massive crack in the North Sea. Massive crack at the bottom of the sea, which caused this to happen. Now Stian is working on one of these rigs when it goes down. So the storyline is basically about Julia going to save her boyfriend, really, and then in the background you've got the others trying to find out why that crack happened, how it happened, and yeah, that's basically the plot, really. You got the crack, goes down, Stian gets stuck in there, Julia's out to go and help, and that's where the story kind of goes. I mean, I didn't really get on with this one. It's probably the worst. I mean, out of order, they're probably in order of how good they are for me personally. Wave was the best. Quake was okay. It was okay in bits, but the end was good. And this one, out of all three of them, this was probably the worst one out of all three. It had good moments in it, I would say. Good moments, good like visual moments in it that looked good. But bar that, it was a bit. Again, it was about an hour and 45. This one, this did feel long. This did feel like an hour and 45. So yeah, not for me, this one. But tell me what you guys thought of this one. If you like this one. But yeah, that's all three films. So tell me what you guys think. If you've seen them, I mean, would I recommend them? I mean, yeah, bar the last one. I'd definitely say give The Wave a go. If you like The Wave, definitely give The Quake a go as well. I would say give it a watch. Burning Sea, if you didn't watch it, it's not a miss. The first two for sure. But yeah, that's my thoughts on three films from Norway. I know my brother mentioned another film as well. I think it was called 22 hours or something. I haven't got round to watching it. Apparently it's on Netflix. I haven't even seen if it's on there. But I've managed to watch these three, so I've managed to get these three done. So yeah. So that's my view on three films from Norway. So yeah, same as always, guys. Tell me what you think. If you like these films, if you haven't seen them, if you might watch them. And as always, throw me a like and sub if you like what I'm doing. And I guess I'll catch you at the next. I've got something a bit different next week. So Monday, I'm doing something Sunday for Monday. So yeah, doing something a bit different on my next vid. But I'll get to that next week. But as for this one, another country ticked off the list. So Norway, good films from Norway. So yeah, I guess I'll see you guys on my next vid. All right, take care as always. See ya.